Hello everyone, so today I'm gonna be fixing my nail that broke. So this is the before. So first what I do is I file off any top gel. I start off with a regular file and then I move on to the e-file. So here I'm using my non-dominant hand, so it's really hard to try to file everything off, but I do this just so I have less product to soak off. Now I'm gonna wet a cotton pad with acetone. I try to get 100% acetone. And I just let it soak for 5 to 10 minutes. After that time, I check how much I can take off, and then I try to take off as much as I can. First I'll try to take off with that tool, and then whatever I can't take off with that, I just try to file it off. And if I still have a little bit of more product left over, I just soak my nail for another 5 minutes. And then again, I check and I try to take off as much as I can. It's important not to peel off because that can damage your nail. So I just try to soak off as much. The remaining I file it off. Since I'm using my non-dominant hand, I find it easier to move my hand rather than the file. Here I'm just checking which nail tip is my size. I try to get one that's not too small but also not too big. It should be able to fit without having to press it down. And I just file it. This helps keep any product on there more. Now, just a reminder, I am not a professional. I learned how to do my own nails. 1, to save money, and 2, because anytime I'd go get my nails done, I was just so picky. And I couldn't decide what I wanted to do, and then I didn't like how the nail techs would do it. Sometimes they would do it too thick, so I decided to just learn on my own. Here I'm gonna clip my nail. And since I want the almond shape, I'm going to cut the edges, and this doesn't have to be perfect because this will all be fixed when you file the shape. As you can see, it's hard to move the file, but it's easier to move the finger. And I just file and different files until I'm satisfied with the shape. Again, if I'm not too happy with the shape, I feel like it still needs a little work, it's fine. If it's taking too long, I just move on and try to file off that tip that's connected to my nail just so that it blends in more smoothly with my nail. And the reason I don't care if the shape is too perfect is because once I put on acrylic over it, it kind of messes up the shape. So either way, I have to go through again and refile the shape. Cleaning off my desk. I know it's a little weird to look through my desk, but I like to have a glass desk because then I don't have to worry about getting it dirty or messing it up. Here I'm putting 2 because the monomer goes through it pretty quickly. And then that's the kind of acrylic I use. I got all these products from Amazon. I believe this is a number 8 or a number 10 brush. The smaller the brush, the better for a beginner. It's easier to work with a smaller brush as a beginner than a bigger brush. Again, these are all techniques I learned from YouTube. I learned a lot from, oh man, I forgot her name, but I think her channel was called like Nail Education, something like that. But she's so nice and she teaches so well. So I learned a lot from her, especially the video in which I believe her cameraman tries to do her nails. So that helped a lot because he made a lot of the mistakes that I made. So it helped me see what I was doing wrong and how to fix that. And then I try to take small beads just because when it's a little runny, it might go to the sides and then it runs too fast for me to be able to catch it. And then I freak out and then I don't know what to do. So I try to go with small beads, semi-dry, not too wet, not too dry, because if it's too dry then it's harder to move it around, but if it's too runny then it's hard to control it. And sometimes if it's drying off and I still need to move it up a little more, I try to get a little bit more monomer and, you know, work with what I can. One thing I've learned with doing my nails with acrylic multiple times is that if it's bumpy or uneven in some part, it's okay because you can just file it off and make it into like a more smoother surface. However, one thing is you want more acrylic than less, because if it dips and you have less in one part than the other, you'll have to go back and put more acrylic on. So if you end up going too thick, that's okay, you can just file off. This one, if you can see, the bristles are kind of messed up. Obviously I had used it more than once, and it's like that because some acrylic got stuck in there. I definitely threw this brush away after this because it didn't work anymore. And see, you can see the shape is pretty bad right there, but like I said, I don't worry too much about it because I could just file it and fix it just like that. And then it looks like I'm a pro. If you can see, it's pretty, it's a little thick. So with the e-file, I just go over that and fix it. And again, if you go off to the edges a little more, then the e-file can fix that too. It's important to not go too thin because then your nail breaks, and that's why my nail broke in the first place. I thought I was okay, and then it ended up being too thin, so it broke. Anytime I do my nails, it takes me forever, so I put on YouTube videos, I put on my favorite romance movie, and I get to painting, because if not, it's dreadful doing this. It's not as fun when your back starts hurting and you've been there for 4 hours and you're tired. Here I only did one nail, so it only took me like, I don't know, 2 hours maybe. Although I did take my time with it. But if I do my whole 2 hands, it takes me 4 hours. And that's because, again, I'm a beginner, so as you can see, I go pretty slow. Here I'm using black gel to make the design. I go as slow and as careful as possible, and if I mess up, like, it's okay, I just take it all off with acetone and it's fine. But I try to go slow just so I don't have to do that and redo it. Here I'm using a brush where the bristles are pretty long. I learned with the long bristles I do get a little more control of what I'm doing. I used to think with small, shorter bristles it would be easier, but no, it was harder that way. With how slow I'm going, you can tell how much I was concentrating. Here I was watching Desi Perkins. Actually, what do they call themselves? The Squad? I can't remember. But it's with Desi, Katie, Steven, and John. They're my favorite, so I was watching some of their old videos. And then I just cure that with the UV light for 1 minute. And then make sure it's dry or cured. And then I get the gold powder. And honestly, you don't even need that much product. The smallest amount is fine. And try to press a little hard on it. And then just wipe off with a clean cotton swab, no acetone or anything, just dry clean cotton swab. And then I put the clear top coat. I finish that off. That for 1 minute, and then I do 30 seconds after that if I still feel like it's not dry enough. So I'll use the before again and the after. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and have fun with it.